Over the years, Africa has been the stage for stories involving iconic lions, whose names have been immortalized in history. Names such as Scarface, Seaboy, Mr. T, Makulu, and Ntwadumela are recognized by any feline enthusiast. However, when looking at the present, one name stands out among the greats, being literally the strongest and most dominant lion in Africa: Sekekama, a true king of lions. Born in 2007, Sekekama is so exceptional that he has surpassed the average lifespan of a normal lion, having been recently sighted at the impressive age of 17. Celebrated in acclaimed documentaries such as Savage Kingdom and Sekekama, the Colossal King, he has established a unique and powerful lineage. Many guides and wildlife experts claim that Sekekama's genetics are a wonder of nature. Pillar 1. The Birth of a Warrior. In a vast expanse in southern Africa, within the lands of Botswana, there lies a wild region almost forgotten by the outside world. To the south, along the riverbank, stretches a large swampy area, sheltering a diversity of herbivores, known as Marsh Pride. In the year 2007, on this stage where nature displays its beauty and ferocity every day, a modest birth took place, a lion named Sekekama, destined to etch his name in history. He began his existence in the hidden corners, safe from predators and the intense African sun. As Sekekama honed his natural instincts, the lessons from his mother merged to equip him with crucial survival skills. He sometimes practiced these skills with his brother, Thorn Nose. These playful sparrings, though seemingly simple, were essential to polish the abilities he would need later as sovereign of his territory. However, Sekekama's life was not composed solely of learning and survival. While enjoying a protected childhood, the call of the savannah would soon lead him to greater challenges. This is where his rise begins. Pillar 2. The Rise to Power. Sekekama and his brother Thorn Nose came from the Salinda Reserve. At that time, no one could have predicted that Sekekama would become king and rule for so long. To dominate a territory in the African savanna, under the relentless laws of nature, one must possess strength, cunning, and endurance. As Sekekama grew, it became clear that he had these qualities in abundance. The cub who once played under the African sun was now undergoing a transformation, every muscle strengthening, preparing him for the challenges ahead. Like many young lions, Sekekama had to leave his original pride upon maturing, beginning a journey full of risks and uncertainties. Together with other males of the same age, including his closest brother Thorn Nose, he formed a coalition. A coalition is vital for survival, conquering territory, and securing a place in the wild world of the savannah. In the first days away from the comfort of his original pride, Sekekama and his allies faced various adversities. They had to hunt on their own and confront lions from other territories. Every scar Sekekama acquired in these battles was a mark of survival, adding to his growing strength and resilience. The turning point in Sekekama's journey came when he decided to claim a pride for himself. Fully aware of the challenges involved in taking over a pride, he acted with unexpected determination. He sought out a nearby established group, confronted the current leader, and emerged victorious. The most impressive detail of this conquest was that the leader he expelled was none other than the most respected lion in the entire territory. With the previous lions defeated and driven away, the pride and territory were now his to lead. With the new pride under his control, Satau, a lioness from the group, came into estrus. Sekekama mated with her, but soon realized that Satau was not as powerful as he desired. He wanted a stronger lioness. It was then that he noticed another pride contained a lioness with exactly the qualities he sought. Matsumi, strong and majestic. His desire for her was so great that he took drastic measures. He defeated Matsumi's leader, eliminated the cubs of that pride, and made her his queen. As for the other pride, Sekekama decided to leave Satao and her sister behind in the Northern Territory. Now, with his brother Thornnose and the new group by his side, Sekekama moved south to the swampy area of Marsh Pride, his original territory. This time, he was the one who set the rules, standing as the supreme leader. Pillar 3. Challenges and Lessons. Among Sekekama's first challenges were the deposed lions and lionesses, the ones who had been defeated and expelled from his first pride. These lions, driven by a desire for revenge and the loss of dominance, often prowled along the borders of his territory, looking for a chance to reclaim their lost pride. In addition to these rivals, Sekekama also had to stay alert to coalitions of ambitious and daring young lions. These encounters, though less calculated, were more unpredictable and demanded constant vigilance. With his experience and a deep understanding of the savanna, Sekekama became a natural strategist, knowing exactly when to fight, when to retreat, and when to simply observe and wait for the right moment. Sekekama's cubs, heirs to his genetic strength and the wisdom of his leadership, showed early signs of greatness, demonstrating hunting skills, leadership qualities, and the strategic cunning necessary to survive in the wild. Within his own pride, the young males, as they grew, began to challenge the leader's authority, creating moments of tension with the king of the savanna. But these challenges were merely another proof of Sekekama's unshakable sovereignty. Pillar 4. The Supreme Reign. Before Sekekama, hyenas dominated the swamp region. But with the arrival of the new leader, order was restored. Once established there, Sekekama faced the challenge of hyenas threatening his newborn cubs. With the strength of a true warrior, he defended his territory, reducing the threat of the hyenas and consolidating his reign with respect and dignity. Under his leadership, the pride thrived, marked by strength, cunning, and experience. By the year 2016, Sekekama's pride already included young male lions, including the three princes, the first sons of Sekekama and his queen, Matsumi. The pride's expansion brought new challenges. As the number of male cubs increased, so did the risk of power struggles. The three favored princes, noticing the time Sekekama spent with the cubs from the other pride, began to harbor feelings of resentment. During a period of drought in the swamp, Sekekama led his pride further north. Along the way, he faced a rival lion coveting Queen Matsumi. With the authority of a king, Sekekama reaffirmed his dominance, protecting his mate and driving the rival away. Meanwhile, to the north, Satao and her sister, left behind by Sekekama, watched his triumphant return with a more powerful pride. Setal, in particular, increasingly nurtured a desire for revenge from afar. As the river dried, Sekekama's pride was forced to tolerate the proximity of Setal and her sister. At this moment, hunting became a priority, as conserving energy during the drought was crucial. During this challenging period, two nomadic lions invaded the territory, possibly seeking to dethrone Sekekama. However, their attention soon turned to Queen Matsumi, and they advanced toward her. Sekekama, the undisputed leader, quickly confronted the intruders, reaffirming his supreme power and overcoming them, further solidifying his position as king of the area. Later, another nomadic lion crossed his path, but without the intention of challenging him, it quickly moved on in search of its own destiny. Pillar 5. A Threatened Legacy. Sekekama's three princes, his sons, began to feel the weight of the restrictions imposed by their father's reign. With the lionesses entering their mating cycles, the eldest prince attempted to approach one of them. His nearly successful act was interrupted by Sekekama, who, in a rare gesture of mercy, chose not to banish his sons this time. Despite the confrontation, the princes harbored ambitions beyond their father's dominion and began plotting to usurp his crown. When Sekekama sensed the imminent betrayal, he made the difficult decision to expel his sons. These three expelled princes formed a coalition known as the Renegades, composed of Teddy, the most rebellious, Pretty Boy, and Blondie. Setting out to carve their own path, they encountered 4 lionesses along the way and mated with all of them. They established a new pride marked by both fertility and vengeance, with the intention of overthrowing Sekekama's reign. Settling to the north, where water was abundant, the renegades seemed to have found the ideal location. However, the lionesses they united with had their own plans for revenge against Sekekama. With the arrival of the rainy season, Sekekama returned to the southern swamp, a paradise for herbivores. Meanwhile, the renegades and the lionesses, devastated by their father, ventured south. None proved a match for Sekekama, who quickly reaffirmed his supremacy from the very first encounter. In the same year, a new coalition entered the territory of Marsh Pride, believed to be the main threat to Sekekama. Ironically, Sekekama and Thornnose maintained their dominant position naturally. Months passed, and a solitary son of the colossal king emerged, known as Sniptail. Though a lone lion, he feared nothing about the nomadic life. Intelligent and cunning, he sought alliances to establish himself in the north. Once again, the 3 renegades controlled the northern territory. Before Savuti strategically challenged them, against all odds, he managed to conquer the territory previously controlled by the renegades and became known as the King of the North. In 2021, Savuti dared to challenge his father for power, though he was not yet stronger than him. While not yet as powerful as his father, the challenge signaled an imminent shift in the balance of the reign. Pillar 6. The End of the Reign. As the years advanced, Sekekama's strength was no longer what it once was, and defending his territory became increasingly challenging. Faced with the choice between fighting to the end or seeking new horizons, the Lion King chose the latter, leaving behind the lands that had witnessed his entire peak. Now, a new challenger had risen to match Sekekama, Savuti. All signs indicated that Savuti would descend south during the rains, attempting to usurp the throne of his aging father. After reigning for a decade in Savuti, the era of Sekekama and Thornnose was drawing to a close. Even with the advance of age and defying all odds, the majestic kings were last seen approximately 8 months ago, making this moment ever more precious and rare. When his time comes to depart, he will do so as an icon of the savannah, leaving a legacy that will resonate for many generations.